This video is brought to you by Against the Flow of Mississippi. Against the Flow of Mississippi is a book about Jake Fayard, a Marine veteran who is unhappy with the political machine running the state of Mississippi. He decides to fight the corruption from the inside. Jake will face more challenges than he ever has and will stand up for what he thinks is right. His notoriously hot temper will push him to the edge of murder, along with his friend and brother Kobe Barhanovich. Together, they will fight the system and give the power back to the citizens of Mississippi.
Against the Flow of Mississippi was written by Anthony Oksenholt and was published by Oksenholt Biloxi Publishing, LLC. A link to the book will be placed in the description below.
Selling Biloxi Belle and Biloxi Boy Cooking and Fishing is about how to have fun on the water. We're going to do a little bit of cooking. We're going to do a little bit of rebuilding a sailboat. Maybe doing some sailing. We're going to do a whole lot of boating, and we're going to have a whole lot of fun. Thank y'all, and I hope y'all enjoy it. Also, if you like the music, check out my brother Ben Thompson, Barefoot with a Stetson. Name of the song is Barefoot and Ready to Party.
Take a tall glass and fill it with ice. Pour some vodka to make it nice. Then add some rum and a little gin. A shot of tequila for the win. Next comes orange liquor and sweet and sour. Mix a splash of cola, get ready for the kick. You want a drink that'll set you free? Get yourself a Long Island iced tea. A pub on the wharf or a bar on the beach. All the dance moves your friends can teach. A frozen drink with a straw and umbrella, or a premium bottle from a nice wine cellar. A cup of ice and a little Sprite. You're getting ready for a fun night. Add some light rum and a little more. Then passion fruit juice is your next pour. A little lime juice and you're almost done. Now a big shot of 151. You're drinking something that is insane. Enjoy drinking a hurricane. A pub on the wharf or a bar on the beach. All the dance moves your friends can teach. A frozen drink made with Bacardi, bare feet and blue jeans. Get ready to party. Put some cherry brandy in a cup. Grab some ice and fill it up. Add dark rum and light rum too. Then pineapple and papaya juice. Add sugar and get ready for some fun. The last ingredient is 151. Your senses will flood like a tsunami. You're about to drink yourself a zombie. A pub on the wharf or a bar on the beach. All the dance moves your friends can teach. A frozen drink made with Bacardi, bare feet and blue jeans. Get ready to party. Sun, party on the pier. There's nothing wrong with ice cold beer. Get a frozen drink made with Bacardi. Barefoot with a Stetson and ready to party. Barefoot with a Stetson and ready to party. Frozen drinks, warm nights, feeling hearty. Raise a glass, feel the breeze, and you'll see every sip's a vibe when you're drinking carefree.
All right, y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy New Year and all that other good shit. Woo. I just woke up. It's like 2:30 in the morning, New Year's Day. And I ain't even had my caffeine yet. Anyway, y'all, selling Biloxi Belle, your host, Anthony Oksenholt. Y'all, I was looking in a one of the sailing groups on Facebook, and this old man was selling his boat. He said he's 90 years old. And he's selling his boat. He said, I'm done. Now, I got a lot of respect for this old man. If I live that long, which about another 50 years for me, if I'm 90 years old and I'm just now coming to the conclusion that, hey, yeah, I'm getting a little too old for this shit. I might want to sell the boat, slow down a little bit, maybe go ahead and do what George Jones maybe should have done and took somebody's offer up on that rocking chair. I would call that an accomplishment. Guy's 90 years old. That means that, theoretically speaking, he's a year younger than my grandma would have been. My grandma born in 1934. So, at 90 years old, he just come to this realization. I'm impressed by that. I'm inspired by that. Because I don't give a damn who you are. It takes, you know what? They don't make old men like they used to. Let's just put it that way. All right? They just don't do it. It's, we, I don't know if it's mindset. Obviously, somebody that's 90 years old lived a hell of a lot tougher life than I had to. I'll go ahead and admit that one way or the other because, at 90 years old, you done seen a thing or 500,000, and means you were born the ass end of the Great Depression, uh, probably still suffering into it. Your parents probably served in World War II or helped out the war effort. I mean, then, you were made to get out, get a job, find a wife, and do all this. Now we're in the mid 50s. Maybe you went to college, maybe you didn't. Possibly could have went and fought in Vietnam because you're certainly in that age group if you were in the military. Um, yeah, I would say that, 90 years old, you done seen some shit and you're a tough old dude. A lot tougher than me. And for this old man to, yeah, I'm impressed. I'm going on and on about this. I can't get over it. That's called grit and determination, y'all. That's what we call in the South, man. You know what? I need to slow down a little bit. So, anyway, that being said, I hope at 90 years old I'm still able to, hope I'm around to make that call if I choose to. Um, got a few plans today. I'm going to go do a little bit of piddling on the boat. Uh, I'm going to try to get out there and finish what I started when I was home. I'm dropping this load off. I'm sitting in Marianna, Florida right now, but I'm dropping this load off in Alabama. And I can't pick up my next one till tomorrow. So this afternoon, I'm going to go see if I can't pull that engine off the boat. And when I get that engine off the boat, get that bracket off, see what else needs to be done today. So y'all are wondering the reason I'm taking that engine off the boat is I'm thinking that's probably going to be my dinghy engine. Or at least a kicker engine. And if I put the bracket back on, which I may actually do that. I may actually do that. I probably will take that engine that I have and put that back on the boat. I need to get the proper fitting for the fuel line because I've kind of got it redneck rigged. I need to put the electric start on it, fix the starter, or order a starter, I should say. Mount that. Because y'all, I might need it. You never know. And that is a good engine. That is a really good engine. So if I could take this boat and I could set it up to where I've got it ready to go and put it back on. If I ever find myself in a situation to where I need that kicker, I've got it. I've come to the conclusion of, doing some thinking and watching other people that contingencies are a good thing to have. Before it goes back on, obviously I will be centering it a lot better. It's not going to be offset like it is now. Of course, we kind of did what we had to do in the situation to get it moved. But the motor being offset and those preventers being where they were, served its purpose, but it still handled like a crab. And I don't like that. I don't want it handling like a crab. Um, I want it. I want it where it's supposed to be. This also means that I need to patch those holes because I'm going to be making new holes. And it's going to be a while before this engine gets back on there. The reason I don't want to use this as a dinghy engine is this is a long shaft. And the dinghy that I'm going to put on the boat is probably going to be an aluminum John boat. And being that I'm putting an aluminum John boat on there, I need a short shaft. And I'm probably not going to go with a 25 horse engine. I'm probably going to go with maybe a 10 or 15 horse because that's really all I need. I don't need a whole lot when I'm setting this up. So this is more of deconstruction, and being that I have just spent an unholy fortune on this motor and on this boat, I don't really need to be buying shitloads of parts right now. And deconstruction, y'all, is kind of free. I also need to go and poke a hole in the keel or just above the keel so that I can let the bilge piss out. I want to do that today. Um, and again, this holes that will be patched, but I don't want my boat to sink on dry land, and that's a real possibility. That's a real thing that does happen. Um, so those are the two goals for today, and then I'm going to go home, go to bed, get up at about 3 o'clock in the morning tomorrow morning, jump in this truck, run to Bruton, Alabama, pick up a load, and run to South Carolina, go back to work. And then, unless I have a 34 or something that I'm just in the area and I probably won't be home till February. That's what I've got planned, y'all. This is what I'm doing. Um, it's not going to be easy with my time constraints. It's not going to be a fast project. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos from the truck. But those are the plans that I'm hoping to do today. And we'll see. I should be able to get it done, but we'll see what happens. Um, if y'all have any suggestions on anything else that I might be able to do, if y'all have seen any of the videos, I'm willing to listen. But for now, I think that's about all I can do. I will say that my sale, I think I mentioned this before. The guy at the boatyard says he has some sails for sale, and I may try to acquire those pretty soon. Um, Said they come off an old Pearson. I think he said a 36-foot Pearson. Um, I would like to try to have that on the boat. That roller furling as my mainsail is nice. I do like that. The sail looks okay. Um, the only thing I don't like about it is I wanted some canvas, and I've got a lady that I've already spoke to about building me a canvas sail holder. And I'm gonna have to rig up some lazy jacks, but I don't like that sail's exposed to the elements 100% of the time. I would like, I'd like to change out that mainsail. The head sail, uh, somebody told me I should make a drogue out of it, and I think I'm going to. I don't see how that would be a bad idea at all. Um, but again, these are later projects. Um, and this is things that I plan on doing weeks from now. I'm figuring with my time constraints, before I get done with the deconstruction phase, I could be looking at a year. I will also say this, y'all. Um, it has been suggested that I drop my keel. I I'm thinking that that's probably not a bad idea. I also want to see if I can get the people at the boatyard again when I get to this point. See if I can get them to raise it up. That way I can drop my keel. You know, if they could put it up another, I don't know, 2 feet, I should be able to drop my keel if I need to. But again, that's a big project. That's going to be, you know, later on down the line. I've met some good people at the boatyard, um, and these guys are very knowledgeable. They're rebuilding their own boats. There's another guy that's going all electric there. I'm piggybacking ideas off of him. Um, he actually found my sailing channel, and I'm just like, awesome. Uh, so these guys have some wonderful ideas and decades of experience that I don't possess. So I'm going to be bouncing ideas off of them and getting their opinion. And, anybody who's willing to tell me, hey, you might want to do this or you might not want to do that, or are you fucking crazy? Or, hey, man, you might want to think about doing this. I'm going to listen. And when they told me to drop my keel, I'm listening. Um, Again, borrowing from Sailing Uma, and I'm taking a lot of their ideas because they have some jam up ideas. Um, they drop their keel, and when they drop their keel, they put longer and thicker bolts back in it, and that strengthened it up. Well, I kind of like that because I don't want a big ass hole in the bottom of my boat where there used to be a keel there. Not to mention the keel is the only thing that keeps that thing from flipping over in high winds. So I would say it's pretty damn important. Yeah. I just got to figure out and come up with an actual plan to do it. And that's probably going to be one of those I take a week off, prep it, and then I may have to come back out here on the road and come back home for another week to put it all back together and hope I don't lose my place. And that's looking like what it's probably going to be. Um, I'm I'm grateful that I put my boat where I put it. Y'all at the boatyard, y'all see this? Yeah, I'm talking about you. I think y'all are good. I think y'all are great people. Um, I need to get some epoxy and fix my rudder because I've got some really bad gaps. I'm sure y'all seen it when it come off the water. Um, Looks like something's hit it, or maybe it was run aground or something. I don't know. Again, I don't know the last time that boat's been out of the water since I pulled it out. I know it's been sitting where it was for at least 10 years. And I know in that 10 years it never came out of the water. So the damage to the rudder could be something I did, or it could be something that happened a decade ago, maybe even 2 decades ago. I don't know. It's a 50-year-old boat. Um, the boat yard has also told me that they will pressure wash my boat for a fee. It's a couple of $100. That's probably going to be something that I do probably in March. If I get it pressure washed, I can get a better idea of what's going on. I need to get I want to get all the rigging. I want to get all new lines. Obviously, those lines are at least 10 years old. I'm going to assume that everything on this boat is at least 10 to 50 years old. The only new things that are on that boat is what I put on that boat. I've got a guy that's supposed to be coming. I don't know when. I'll find that out today, I hope. But I've got a guy that's supposed to be coming to pull my engine out, and I'm giving the engine away. I know people have said, well, why do you want to do that? Look, I don't want to hear it. I'm going all electric. That's it. You're not going to talk me out of it. That boat will be sustainable for off grid living. That boat will be sustainable to where it'll have enough generation that as long as I have sun in the sky, long as I got wind in the air, and long as I've got current underneath me, one of the three, or all three, or two of the three, those batteries will be getting charged. Um, and I'm not going to put an ocean bolt in it. I don't have ocean bolt money. I wish I did. I'd love to have an ocean bolt. I just don't have ocean bolt money. What I do have is 48 bolt forklift motor money. Maybe at some point, I'll be able to do that. Another thing I'm working on, y'all, is I do now have a Patreon page. I haven't mentioned that too much, I don't think, but you can find me Patreon. Just look for Selling Biloxi Belle. I've got a link in the description now. Um, so if y'all do want to help and support me, help me out with a few things, I certainly would be very appreciative. Right now, everything on Patreon's free. If y'all want to help me get this project going, speed me up a little bit, you can also buy my book, Against the Flow of Mississippi. It is available on Amazon. You buy the paperback version, I'm going to get about $5 out of it. So I haven't sold too many copies of my book. I haven't really been able to advertise it. Really, my biggest advertisement is my videos on YouTube. If you do buy it, do me a favor and leave me a review. And those of y'all who I've given copies of my book to, please leave me an Amazon review. It would, y'all don't understand how this helps people. So let's start off the new year strong. Um, let's get everything going. I'm going to go ahead and get personal with y'all for a minute. I'm going to go ahead and close out giving y'all my New Year's resolutions, which I don't think is out of my reach. I know a lot of people are like, well, I'm going to quit smoking and lose weight. No, no. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. Don't really care. I had to quit the Channix because it was making me feel funny. I had the biggest case of the dead ass you ever seen, weird dreams and bad thoughts in my head. I had to get, sorry. No, I stopped it. So, unfortunately, I'm still on my 30-year-old habit. Uh, Number one thing I need to do, and again, this is getting personal, is pay off the child support that I owe. I ain't far from it. Uh, I found out real quick back in 2019 why you don't piss off a judge in Miami. I still think that judge was wrong. I still think he was crazy, but there's nothing I could do about it. And yeah, I'm not going to lie. Not only did he hit me about $6,000 in arrears from the jump, I've had times in my life to where I have missed a few payments. I'm catching all of that up right now. Everything's going towards arrears. That should be paid off by June. Um, I owe about $6,500 on it, a little less than that. Um, and I'm hitting it hard. Starting next week, no, week after next, I'll be throwing an extra $100 a week toward that. That's going to help. Another thing is getting my passport because hey, I've got a boat. I would like to go to a foreign country. I've looked over into Canada and I've accidentally gone to Mexico once. Luckily, they allowed me to turn around. I was in Mexico for all of about 5 minutes. Wrong turn at El Paso. Big wrong turn at El Paso. Like I said, fortunately, I was allowed to turn around. As far as Canada, I've looked over into Canada from Detroit, from the Riverwalk, which is pretty cool. I've been about 2 feet from Canada up there at the Haskell Free Library and Opera House in Derby Line, Vermont. Unfortunately, the library was closed, so I could not go into it. It was closed because of COVID. So, that being said, I've never really left the country, but I've been to 48 states. This boat is my method of travel. This boat is my method of seeing the world, and I would like to start getting things that I need to get this done. This is what I'm planning on fixing up for the rest of my life. I don't plan on selling this boat. I plan on fixing this boat up, putting it in the water. This boat is going to be my recreation. It's going to be my house. It's going to be my escape. And I want y'all to come along for the ride. Y'all take care. Happy New Year. I'll do another video later from the boat. Bear winds and following seas. Sailing Biloxi Belle, your host, Anthony Oksenholt.